So it is Fed Day. What did the dot plot say? More importantly, what did Jerome Powell say when he was in front of the press? Also, we have economic data about jobless claims, housing starts, and we actually have the Los Angeles Lakers being sold for a record $10 billion valuation. Yes, the Buss family has sold a majority share in the Lakers for $10 billion. Dr. Buss, I think, bought the team for like $80 million. So quite a return for the family. But let's get in the dot plots again. What I was most interested in watching in the dot plot was how many of the Fed presidents had the cojones or the balls to say 0 rate cuts in 2025. You know that has been my stance since last November. Two sessions ago, or two SOPs ago, we had one brave soul. Last SOP, we had 4. Folks, now we have 7. The majority of Fed presidents said 0 rate increases, 7. Now there are 18. The others said 1, 2, or 3 rate cuts. So again, the most common picked was 0, with 7 Fed presidents. On top of that, we really got stagflation, right? We also got GDP, inflation, and unemployment. So GDP forecast was lowered in the latest SOP. It went from 1.7 to 1.4. So definitely below trend. You can call trend 2%. What about unemployment? Not feeling very good about the unemployment rate. They raised that from 4.4 to 4.5. And again, what about inflation? This is the big one, folks. Inflation increased to 3.1. Core PCE was raised to 3.1 from 2.7. So again, let me think about this. More inflation, lower growth, more unemployment. And yet 2 rate cuts was the call. Again, I don't think that's coming. Again, having called 0. More importantly, what did Powell say in front of the press? I have a whole bunch of quotes. We'll go through them. And we'll just go through those now. So Powell, talking about housing. Housing is a long run problem. Basically, Jerome Powell's answer is he's going to worry about the job market and let the housing supply and demand work itself out. Next up, Powell says no one holds rate path projections with a great deal of conviction. That does not make me feel warm and fuzzy. We have these Fed presidents who are supposed to be good at what they do, but yet they are not confident in what they are doing. That seems kind of interesting to me. They did say that uncertainty peaked in April. That is something that we brought on you on this channel 6 weeks ago, and that looks to be holding. Again, we've got peak uncertainty behind us, with each and every day getting a little bit better, although this Iran-Israel thing is certainly throwing that for a potential loop. We expect meaningful amount of inflation coming. Powell said this on multiple different points during the press conference, basically saying they expect significant inflation over the summer. So if you're hoping for a July rate cut, take it off the table right now. The first chance you could get a rate cut is September. They are going to wait and wait and wait for rate cuts. Next up, takes time for tariffs to work through to the end consumer. Basically highlighting that suppliers and wholesalers are eating costs because right now nobody believes the tariffs will stick long term. So again, tariffs are not hitting the end consumer. We will make smarter decisions if we wait a couple of months. Again, folks, if you have a July rate cut in your prediction, please take it off. It is not coming. And then how about this one to make you pucker up? A rate hike. A rate hike is not the base case, which means it is possible. The Fed is actively talking about, or at least thinking about, potentially, if inflation gets away, a rate hike, not a rate cut. I do want to thank some people for joining school. In the last couple of days, we had Kelly, Tim, Marlon, Drexel, and Dan. I just checked the account before starting this. We are 6 people away from 400. If 6 of you will sign up for school, I will do you a solid, and we will add the Vegas replay to the school for free. We will put it at level 2 so everybody could watch all of the great presentations from the Vegas event. So again, 6 more people, we break 400, and you will get more and more value inside school. One more thing about Powell I noted earlier, Fed remains cautious and data dependent. You gotta love that, data dependent. Tariffs will impact coming in the summer. So again, July rate cut out of the question. We did get economic data today. We got a little bit because tomorrow, or the day that you're watching this, is Juneteenth. Juneteenth is a national holiday. Stock market is closed. We got jobless claims. Jobless claims came in at 245. So again, the 4th week in a row above 240. Last week was revised up to 250. So the first time we've been above 250 since I think last October. Again, the job market cracking. And continuous claims, third or fourth week over 1.9, came in at 1.95 million folks on continuing claims. Housing starts was ugly, was expected to be 1.35, came in at 1.26. Really what we're seeing in the housing market is really the only people that can build now are the national builders. Lennar, Pulte, those kind of folks. The small and medium-sized builders, they can't participate. They don't have the same balance sheets, the ability to borrow. So they are simply not participating. I do wonder, will residential construction get so weak that it actually starts to lead to more job losses? What you have seen in past recessions is housing construction leads the recession and can also help pull it out. We are in a perilous state now with, again, housing starts near a record low of 1.26 million. Mortgage demand, again, Wednesday we get mortgage demand. Mortgage demand down for the first time in 4 weeks, down 2% on purchase, 3% on refi. Again, consumers, buyers are just not participating in a market with 7% interest rates and supply going up in all the national headlines. And then finally, folks, let's give old Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff is out on Bloomberg talking about something worse than a recession. He thinks the Fed has no idea what it's doing. The Fed is just guessing and playing musical chairs. Sorry, folks, we got somebody cleaning our room or whatnot. And Peter Schiff predicts stagflation. Have a great day. Take care. That's it. Bye.